Welcome to the Empower Room for Empowering Moments with your host, Timothy Hughes. Empowering Moments is brought to you by Empower Media LLC, where we empower you, parents, and the entire community with transformative information to move mind and spirit to a higher state of well-being. So welcome to the Empower Room, and let's get started.
Well, welcome to the Empower Room for Empowering Moments. Thank you for joining us this Sunday, and so glad to have you with us this Sunday, first Sunday in February, and it is known as Black History Month, and so grateful for us being able to share some empowering moments with you today as we get into our dialogue and empowering moments. And so, again, we welcome you. I'm your host, Reverend Timothy V. Hughes. Go by Rev T, and we ask that you please like our page, send us an emoji, leave a comment. Share and follow us. We do this every Sunday at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and have some really great dialogue and great guests that come on to join us that are from all over the world, pretty much. So grateful for this format as we share and promote our company, which is empowering. The purpose of Empowering Moments is to promote Empower Media LLC by sharing cultural and civic and inspirational moments each week with special guests from all over the world, as stated. And Empower Media LLC is a social empowerment entity, and it empowers community through social and digital media, through book publishing programs, speaking engagements. We have over 25 years of experience. We also have a website if you'd like to learn more about what Empower Media LLC is all about and some of the projects that we have going on currently. And our website is MPWR Media LLC1.com, and it's a play on the word for empower. Again, it's MPWR Media LLC1.com, as you can see that on your screen. So I want to encourage you to check out our website and see the services we provide. If there's anything you find of interest, please give us a call or send us an email. We'd be glad to talk to you further about some of our services. One of our projects has been the Examiner Quarterly e-magazine, and actually comes in paper or e-form. We are currently working on our second edition, which will be out this month. We're looking within the next couple of weeks. The second edition of the Examiner Quarterly will be out. And the focus of the magazine is to share information in relation to, we have a social category, we have a political category, and we have a cultural category within the magazine. And our first issue is right here. And the cover story was that of Sarah Collins Rudolph, who was one of the little girls who was in the 16th Street bombing in Birmingham, Alabama, in September 1963, and she was one of the survivors of that bombing. We know about the four little girls who were killed, which one was her older sister that was killed in that bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church. And we have a variety of different contributors to the magazine, up to about 10 contributors with various articles that they had written, that is really cross generational, male female, hitting various topics as I mentioned as well, and really are a good combination, we feel, for our first magazine, and want to thank those that have supported the inaugural issue of the Examiner Quarterly. And again, our second issue will be coming out in the next couple of weeks, and look forward to getting that out to people and getting it distributed. And the e-version will be available on our website, and we'll look forward to sharing that with you. If you would like to see the inaugural issue, The inaugural issue is available currently on Empower Media LLC1.com. If you choose the last item on the menu, you will see the actual magazine right there where you can just click on it and actually go through and read some of the various articles that we've had in the first issue. So it was a really diverse issue, and I want to thank all of our contributors who contributed to our first issue and those who will be contributing to our second issue coming up too. And the cover story, I'm just really excited about for it too. I don't want to give it away yet until I get everything confirmed with that story, but it is shaping up very nicely so far. And I will tell you the category it is covering is in relation to social justice. All right, so just want to let you know that we're excited about that possibility of what is coming. All right, so also. I'm so pleased to announce and share a publication, my first book, In the Blink of an Eye, that it came out in December last year. And it has been going quite well on Amazon.com. And I want to thank all of those who have purchased the book so far, and want to thank you for your comments as well. For those who have shared their comments in regard to the book itself, it tells a story about a testimonial, if you will, of an experience I had on February 14th, 2014, taking my wife out for a Valentine's Day to see Frankie Beverly and Mays in St. Louis at the Sabbath Center. So it has really been a blessing more than we could have asked or thought. To those that have read it, it was designed for it to be for those who it's a short read. A lot of people have read it in one sitting and have really been inspired by the book. So I just want to encourage you, if you're interested in purchasing the book, you may want to. I found from the comments that we've gotten that there are those that feel that it would be really beneficial to those that may be dealing with hospice situations, for people that may be dealing with the loss of a loved one. Those situations in our lives, or those two areas definitely have been really inspired by the content of this book. And I want to thank my wife, who also contributed a chapter in the book as well, too. So just hey, check out the book. We're coming up on the 7-year anniversary of what took place for me or to me on February 14th, 2014 on next Sunday. So next Sunday will be a special presentation that we'll be doing in regard to the promotion of my book, In the Blink of an Eye. Again, it is available in paperback and Kindle ebook on Amazon.com. You can also go to our website, Empower Media LLC 1.com, and go to the store page, and that route will also take you to the Amazon page to purchase the book as well. And again, thank you all so much for those who have purchased the book and have gotten it on ebook and all that too. And thank you for your comments. I'm asking for those to please send us a picture with you on Facebook and leave your comments for me, because I'm putting together a video for next week's show in regard to the response so far. So again, thank you all so much. All right, so again, so we get into three areas in the Empower Room on Sundays. It's a cultural moment. Then we have a civic moment, and then we have an inspirational moment. So the cultural moment, I want to just dedicate the show to the life of those who have been and who are fighting for dismantling racism in this world. You know, I was going to just keep it to this country, but it's a worldwide issue. So I wanted to just lift up those that have and who are in the struggle of fighting racism in this world, especially as we're in the month of Black History Month, and stories I've heard, and some tragic stories just recently that really caught my attention. For example, with the police officer in Louisiana that has been wrestling with so much of the uh, marginalization that he had experienced in the service and working as a police officer and all that. And he has a video out and unfortunately ended his life in regard to his experience. So don't definitely encourage that. But the weight of dismantling racism is a real serious weight. It's the demonic spirit, in my belief, and it is one that we wrestle with here on earth. And just want to lift up all those who are dedicated and who are dedicating their life to this work of dismantling racism in this world. All right, and then we for our civic moment, I just want to ask some questions, and maybe preferably you would comment and leave your comments in regard to what the situation may be in your region. I'm in Texas now, and understand that in relation to these questions, that the answer sounds like it's going to be different depending on what state and what school district you're in. But my question is, what are our schools teaching regarding civics? And then the second question is, the U.S. Constitution required teaching anymore? I remember when I was in grade school, we had to pass the U.S. Constitution test, if I'm not mistaken, in the eighth grade. And we were so frightened because we knew if we didn't pass it, we were not going to be able to pass it in the next grade. So it was a really tense thing, but I'm so grateful that we had that requirement for us to have an understanding of how our country government system works and all that. So I'm kind of deeply concerned because the stories that I've been hearing kind of speak contradictory to how things used to be in regard to the teaching of the U.S. Constitution and how the civics or social studies history is manipulated depending on what region uh, the students are in and that type of thing based on the publisher. And the publisher will customize a book based on what the desires are of the state. So that's just kind of troubling me. So especially with what we have just experienced on January 6th with the insurrection and all that. And I pray that we can get a handle on making sure that we're getting out the information that we need to get out civically to our students in these classrooms and in these schools. All right. All right. So again, please, if you don't mind, leave your comment in regard to that. As far as what you know, if you can say what's happening in your area, that would be really interesting to know. We will definitely have a show specifically geared toward that understanding. All right, all right. So today we have an outstanding guest. I'm so glad to have with us today, and she goes by the name of Tina Grimes. And we're so grateful to have her with us today. And let me bring up her information in just a minute here. All right. So we are blessed to have Tina Grimes, and she is the CEO of Tina Enterprises. And she is an international speaker, coach, and trainer, certified at the highest executive as at the highest executive director slash club owner level with the John Maxwell team. For over 25 years, she has coached and trained thousands of individuals and corporations. Tina is an innovative, multi-talented leader with a proven track record of assuring client success. Through her executive coaching, she has proven her ability to coach and mentor clients to become better leaders and to become high performing teams. She is gifted in conceiving and building coaching and training programs from the ground up through proven competencies in needs analysis, administration, project and program management, team development, and empowerment. Tina is a captivating communicator who connects well with clients and audiences. She is an engaging corporate trainer slash coach and staff motivator who can reignite passion in your organization. She excels at organizational cultural building, leading change management, and improving teams through communications coaching. She also supports organizations in developing a diversity and inclusion strategic plan and leads senior leadership and the entire organization through the training process. She is an accomplished writer and published author with exceptional written articles, essays, and a book. Tina has received numerous awards and recognition, including the inaugural Woman of Distinction Award for Inspiration from the Girl Scout Council of Eastern Missouri. She has coached and trained in Paraguay, most recently, and earned the highest honor of being selected as a main stage speaker at the most prestigious International Maxwell Certification Conference. In August 2020, she won the John Maxwell Teen Cultural Award for exceeding expectations and out of 35,000 coaches in 160 countries. She recently trained for the largest business women's organization in Ethiopia. Last but not least, Cardinal Ritter College Prep High School. She was a Cardinal Ritter College Prep High School salutatorian, Jackson State University, Bachelor of Business Administration and Finance, summa cum laude, and Lindenwood University, Master of Arts, Human Services Agency Management, summa cum laude. So this is an outstanding young lady that we have with us today. So thank you so much, Tina Grimes, for being with us today.
I'm glad to be here with you. I didn't know you were going to read my long bio.
You have so much meat. I had to share it. I mean, golly, because of the focus today is about success. So people just needed to hear that and be empowered by that, and to know that they can do it too. All right.
God
Yes,
is good.
indeed. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So, how are you, and how's the family doing with all that's going on with the pandemic and our political change and all that good stuff? How are you all holding up?
Yes, we are holding up. I am well. Um,
Good.
I I'm well. I mean, it is
Good.
well, and I am well.
Amen. Amen. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yeah, and it's also she's a minister also, so let's make sure we get that out there also. All right. So tell us about Teen Enterprises.
So, Tina Enterprises, yes, I'm so excited, first of all, to say Tina Enterprises. As you know, when we met
Yes.
almost
Yes.
30 years ago, my company
Right.
name has been Success Academy LLC for the past 27 years. And now I'm transitioning into my new business name, Tina Enterprises, just to reflect my growth and where I am in the trajectory of my organization. And Tina, I said my mom knew when she named me exactly what that meant. Um, with my business, Tina stands for turning intention into action. So
Awesome.
as I look at what I've done over the past 27, now in my 28th year of business, I am a catalyst and a connector, Tim. That's who God called me to be. And I'm not the person that you continue to talk about good intentions with. I'm the person that's going to move you or move your organization to action. So that is Tina
Awesome.
Enterprises. I work with large corporate clients. I have one-on-one executive clients, and then just individuals who I'm called to work with, to coach one-on-one to help them move into what it is that God has them to do as their purpose in life.
Awesome, awesome. I was grateful to be a part of one of your networking evenings. I think it was on Friday night, and it was really, really powerful to be a part of that because I didn't know what to expect, you know. And then we went into the various Zoom rooms and got to meet one other and all that. In fact, I had one of your participants on the show
Oh,
from that.
really?
Yes, I
Okay.
did. Yes, I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay. Nice.
that was really powerful. Yeah, really powerful. All right, all right. So, how would you define business success? Is there a way that you can kind of capsulate it, or any in any kind of way?
That's pretty easy for me. For me, business success is ultimately fulfilling your God given purpose in the
Hmm.
business that God has called you to do. Now,
Okay.
the reason that's so easy for me to articulate that is for the past 27 years, I have been blessed to walk in purpose in business. So I've said that I'm clearly a catalyst and a connector. That's who I'm created to be. And that's why you were in that room, in that space, connected with who you needed to connect with. That's who I'm
Right.
called to be and what I'm called to do. So when I look at success, when I looked at success when I was 23 years old, when I started the company,
Hmm.
I was listening to a lot of things that people defined as success. But very quickly, I realized that what success really means to me is fulfilling an individual's God given potential. And so, business success is what have you been called to do in the business that God has given you? And only you can measure what success means because you are the vision holder, the vision caster. You own vision there. So we should lay out our plans very carefully and identify and define what success means. But it's been freedom and liberating to me to not allow someone else to determine what that is for me, but to know what that is for myself because I know what it is that I've been called to do.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I seen you in action, and you're out of sight. From working with the young people back in the days we were working with the school system and all that for my company back in the day. So you do outstanding work.
Thank you.
So yes, indeed, yes, indeed. Tell us more about the master classes that you provide.
Oh my goodness, I get excited even talking about the master class. Did you see I had to change my posture?
Right, right.
Oh my goodness, I get so excited. So here's the thing.
Mhm.
The very thing that I've been going into corporations and doing over the past 27 years, I've been able to, for the past 5 years, ignite a fire within people who are in my warm market. I looked around, I am connected. My sphere of influence, my circle of influence is so powerful. The people who I'm connected with. If I can, this was my thought 5 years ago, if I can start bringing those people together so that iron can sharpen iron and I can be a catalyst and a connector in that way, but give the same training to my warm market that I give when I'm out doing corporate training or training for organizations, then I knew that if I made that happen, it would be something very special. And that is exactly what has happened. So I host masterclasses year round. So I have leaders who have been a part of my masterclass community for 5 years now. Continually throughout the year, they are consistently in leadership training courses that I am providing. And I provide them in a round table format. So I have about 10 people on average in each masterclass, and there are different topics that I'm introducing and that I'm training on in each masterclass. So leaders are coming together, potential leaders. I bridge generational gaps. So I have different various generations represented, people who are at the beginning of their careers, all the way through people who are very seasoned leaders. But the thing that we all have in common is that we are all growth minded individuals. And we all understand that no matter what level of success, as we talked about, that one has achieved, that there is always room for growth. So I have about 200 people now in my consistent masterclass community, and it continues to grow because it's my warm market, but my warm market then introduces this to other people, and then it becomes a part of my warm market because once they come in and they get a taste of what we're doing, they never leave. So it's a
Okay.
very, very powerful concept. It's accountability. People
Mhm.
often come into my community and say, I've never been in a place where I've been supported in this way by other people. You know, we don't
Mhm.
bother with the comparison gap and the comparison uh, plans that people operate in. Like when you're a part of my masterclass community, we are all in there to sharpen iron with each other, to help each other be successful. And we don't have room for competition because we understand that there is enough out there for all of us. So what we do is get behind each other and push each other and challenge each other and hold each other accountable. And I lead those and facilitate those leadership discussions.
That's awesome. It sounds like how church should be.
You said how it sounds like what?
It sounds like how church should be
Yeah,
when
absolutely.
when it's done right. All right. So that's outstanding. That's outstanding because
Yeah,
I mean I'm reflecting back on the experience that I had, and there, like you said, your the success is kind of your call, and for you, I see that definitely it's definitely your call because the anointing I felt from the engagement that we had, and we're doing this through Zoom. Okay, so it's not
yeah,
like we're all in the same room.
yeah,
I'm in Texas, and folks who are in St. Louis and various other places. So that's outstanding.
yeah.
That's outstanding. Yeah, that's really good, really good.
But that's the
Yes,
exciting thing
indeed.
about it. You mentioned Zoom. That's the exciting thing. So
Mhm,
even in the midst of the pandemic now, I'm doing trainings for organizations because when I go in to do training, they all say the same thing. We have never
mhm,
had this kind of connecting going on virtually. So now I've added onto my
mm,
portfolio. I've been coaching and teaching other people how to have engaging sessions. I mean, you don't
mhm,
have to allow doing something virtually to cause this great distance. There's actually so much more even that
mhm.
you can do in the virtual
That's
space. And
true.
the other great thing for me is that I was already doing virtual prior to March of last
Mhm.
year because my clients are
Okay.
all over and my network
Right.
is all over. So I'm able to bring
Right.
people into that space and really, like you said, give them an experience. And that's the thing when
Mhm.
people ask me, even about the master classes, there's only so much I can explain. And when I wrap it up, I tell them it's an experience. There's only so much I can tell you, but once you
That's true.
experience it and you feel it, the culture is
Yes.
off the chain, and that is the
That's a good
excitement.
point.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that. It's definitely an experience. You're right about that for sure. I agree wholeheartedly. For just a little taste I had, it was definitely a great experience. All right. All right. So how does one get involved with the training that you provide?
Yeah, so hopefully, as people are listening, they can see themselves participating or partaking in my training in various ways. So if you're leading teams with your organization on your jobs, then call me. I team building, culture building, leadership training, communications training, succession planning, strategic planning, all those things are my lane. So I customize programs. So I come in and I hear what the organization needs. And then that goes into the right side of my brain and then it mixes.
Hmm.
And then the output is I give you
Hmm.
a program that's specifically designed for your organization. So that's simply reaching out to me. My email is tinawillspeak@gmail.com. My website is tinawillspeak.com. And that's just a person reaching out to me and having an exploratory discussion with me so that I can hear what the need is, because my gift is to customize for the customer what it is that they need specifically. Now, if you're an individual and you're interested in personal growth and development, you can reach me the same way. I can coach you. I do one-on-one coaching. Many of my coaching clients are on an annual cycle so that I can see the growth and development that they have. And if people are interested in, say, a masterclass, they can do the same thing. They can reach out to me. Lots of different
All right.
masterclasses that are on. So there are 5 going on right now at one time. So when I'm talking to the individual, I can hear where they are because that's what's been so unique. That's my differentiator. I'm not
Mhm.
just a person who will put you in a class and put you in a training. I'm going to hear and listen to what your need is because I know that when I introduce to you the masterclass, I know that that's just the beginning of your experience, of your long-term experience with me. So I want to start to put together that plan for you in terms of what class you'll start in, where we're going, if we're going to do one-on-one coaching, if we're then going to reach out and coach a team. So I put together that specific plan for individuals so that when they do become a part of my training, that they are understanding that they're becoming a part of a movement. They're becoming a part of a community. So this is not a one and done. You know, you jump in and you
Hmm.
stay because of the
Hmm.
consistent growth and development that you will experience being a part of this whole process.
Let's see. Let's see. And you had mentioned stuff I meant to ask you on the last question. You mentioned the I think you said warm market. Did you say warm market? Can you
Yes.
explain more about that? What you mean by that?
Yeah. So when I started doing the master classes, I was already doing them for corporations and doing them for organizations and just people who I didn't necessarily know who were
Hmm.
interested in personal growth and development. And I still do that.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I will put an ad on LinkedIn and people will join the masterclass and I don't know them, but I get to know them and they become long-term clients. But I
Hmm.
saw the need about 5 years ago, well, I saw the opportunity, should I say, because
Hmm.
I am a catalyst and connector. I started looking around me and saying, man, I have some bona fide Tim Hugheses and all of
Okay.
these people in my network. So I
Hmm.
need to flex a little bit in my being a catalyst and a connector and start bringing these people together so they can
Hmm.
sharpen iron with each other. Just like you came to my networking event, you met
Right.
someone, you
Right.
connected with them, they became a part of your show that you interviewed.
Right.
So
Right.
those are the types of opportunities that I provide. So even when a
Hmm.
person is coming through the leadership training, I know that the people who are at the table are people who are in decision making positions oftentimes. So I've had people land CEO roles, land
Oh.
accounting internships,
Hmm.
opportunities to volunteer places, all kinds of things because of the connections that they've made within my masterclass community because they're very intentional connections. I come in encouraging people and saying, just like I did the night that you came to the
Right.
networking event. I said, this is a
Hmm.
place you don't have to hide. We want to know, what do you do? And I want you
Right.
to come on here after I give this training. I want you to then say to people what it is you're looking for or what you have to offer, because that's how we should be able to network with each other to help each other build our businesses. And again, not worrying about the competition, whatever that means, because whatever God has for you is for you.
For you.
And
For
you and I
you.
can do the same thing, but I'm called to certain people that you may not be called to. So I have
Right.
created a community within my leadership training family, within my masterclass community and my leadership training, where people are not only growing and developing together, but they're also forming partnerships and all kinds of things because it's a very trusting environment and
Right.
we hold each other accountable. And it actually
Hmm.
is a space that people often say, I've never experienced anything like this before because they're so
Hmm.
used to the opposite. They're so used to worrying about how they're going to get burned by the next person because that does happen.
Right. That's
Believe
true.
me, I've been there. So that does happen.
Okay.
I
Yes, it does.
Mhm. So I
Yeah.
create a space where people are coming in, they're growing, they're learning, they become a part of my
Hmm.
community. And like I said, I'm looking back and I'm watching people now who are still a part of the master classes and are they my one-on-one coaching clients, and they've been consistent for the past 5 years plus. So that's
Awesome.
really been a
Awesome.
great. Mhm.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. That sounds outstanding. I'm gonna have to get signed up for the show before the show's over with.
You really do. The other day I looked
Right.
at your name. The next cohorts we're registering right now. I have 5 going
Okay.
on, but what happens is
Okay.
right when they end, there's about a 2-week window, and then the next one start up. And I did say the other day, I said, got to get Tim registered for this next
Right.
cohort.
Yes, indeed, for sure. Sign me up.
Absolutely.
All right. All right. All right. All right. So I understand you have a book. So tell us more about the book that you wrote.
Yeah, it's near and dear to my heart. So I wrote the book in 2011
Mm-hmm.
and it was released in 2012. So I didn't just write this book, but it never, people are always asking me about this book because it wasn't the first project that I planned to finish in terms of a book,
Mm-hmm.
but it was the one
Mm-hmm.
that I had to finish because of the subject matter. So the book is entitled Grandmother
Okay.
CEO, and the
Okay.
CEO stands for caring, elegant, and outstanding. So
Oh.
CEO one would think, oh, who runs the organization? But if you understand who the book is about, it's about my grandmother, Elmer Basil
Mm.
Thomas, who
Okay.
was the bona fide CEO and
Wow.
matriarch of
Wow.
our family. Yes. So
Okay. Okay.
what I realized over the years, Tim, is as I was speaking, coaching, and training, even in Fortune 500 companies, I was
Mhm.
always dropping gold and dropping nuggets from something that Elmer Basil Thomas, my wonderful grandmother, said. I mean, she was
Yeah.
such a wise woman.
I
And
hear
I would be
you.
teaching these principles. And of course, the things that she said were biblically based. So here I
Mhm.
am, corporations teaching these principles that I learned and heard all of my life from Elmer
Mhm.
Basil Thomas. And so my grandmother just was a phenomenal woman. Next week, actually, in about a week, it'll be 5 years. I can't believe it's been 5 years
My
since she
goodness. My
transitioned.
goodness.
But what
Mhm.
she deposited in me and what she deposited in so many is just legacy. It's just absolutely, it's just legacy personified. So my grandmother would teach me these life lessons. And what I realized as I continued to grow older and wiser is that everything she said, like, is so applicable to business, to family, to community, to everything. And again, it was
Mhm.
all biblically based. So
Mhm.
I wrote this. It's 12 life lessons that I learned from Elmer Basil
Hmm.
Thomas that leads to
Hmm.
true success. And again, you asked me earlier in the show, how did I
Mhm.
define success? And,
Mhm.
that is one of the things that helped me in my definition of success, that success
Okay.
is identifying one's God-given potential.
Okay. I see. That's awesome. That's awesome. So,
And
how can people purchase your book?
yeah, so the book is so interesting. Today,
Mhm.
my sites are being transitioned a little bit, but
Okay.
this is at bridgethegapconference.com. That's not the normal site that the book is on, but that's where it is right now because the other site's being revamped. Bridgethegapconference.com is where this is.
Okay. Are
And
you saying conference? Are you saying
con-
conference?
bridgethegapconference.com.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, my assistant just flashed to me. It's actually btgconference.com is
Oh,
the
okay.
website.
BTG conference. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is, I had three sites and they're all being merged into one site right now. But the good thing
Okay.
about when this book came out, our first customer bought 500 books. The very first customer,
Wow. That's
500
cool.
books.
That's cool.
And in that day, we sold out. I think we sold about 3,000
Oh,
books in the first day.
okay. That's
Yeah, my grandmother
outstanding.
was loved dearly. She was featured in
Okay.
Southern Living magazine a couple of times,
Okay.
2, 3 times,
Okay.
and
Really?
German publications. So I said there was no way that I was going to let all these other people write about her, and I have this personal life experience. So that's how it came about. So
I
she
hear
was
you.
able
That's
to travel
good.
with me and do book tours with me and everything before she passed away, and it was just a beautiful.
Wow, that's cool. Oh,
Yeah,
that's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. That's a story in itself, man. That's awesome that you put that in book form. That's outstanding.
it
Outstanding. Yes,
is.
indeed. So,
Yeah.
btgconference.com is where they can go to get the book, correct?
Yeah, that's where they can get the book. Yes.
Okay, awesome, awesome,
Yes.
outstanding. Now, are you all from St. Louis or from a?
Good question.
Okay,
So my parents are from Louisiana. So
okay,
my mom and dad graduated from White Castle High School. And I'm sure there might be some White Castle Bulldogs listening right now because I shared this on my
okay,
page. I saw you do this.
okay.
Yes. White
Okay, I
Castle,
got some. Okay,
White Castle,
okay.
Louisiana. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
you know
between,
why I did that? Because St. Louis has White Castle. That's why I went.
I
I'm in
know.
Texas right now, so you got me. Oh man, White Castle. That sounds good right about
Well, listen, the family members and friends of mine in the town of White Castle always were fascinated by the fact that a company would name a hamburger place after the town. So
now. Okay.
yeah,
Awesome, awesome,
so
awesome.
yeah,
Yes,
so
indeed.
I grew up in St. Louis. I'm a Southern girl at heart. So my parents are from
Okay,
Louisiana, and
okay,
I came to St. Louis. I was born here, went to Louisiana, came back here after kindergarten. So I grew up in St.
okay.
Louis. But when
Oh,
your
okay.
grandparents are in the South, you spend every Christmas holiday, every time you can,
Understand.
getting
Right,
highway.
right,
Yes,
right.
absolutely. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So, can you provide three recommendations for those who may be seeking to develop their business more successfully?
Okay, so three recommendations. I would say
Hmm.
the first recommendation would be get very crystal clear on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Purpose for me is as serious as why I breathe. So if you take a deep breath in right now, if you're listening, just inhale and then exhale. The ability to inhale and exhale lets you know that you're alive, you're breathing, you have a pulse. And
All
that's
right.
just how clear that I am about purpose. Why I breathe. Why is it that God woke me up this morning? It is
Mm-hmm.
because He has called me and my business to be a catalyst and connector in other people's lives. So for business success, get very crystal clear on purpose. Because at the end of the day, entrepreneurship is very hard.
Yeah.
And you have to have that why, that passion, that thing that's driving you. And that, for me, the most important thing is when you understand your purpose and why you're doing the thing. In that day when you want to give up and perhaps not keep pushing because the obstacles are in front of you, your purpose and is the thing, and understanding your why that I have found that just can continue to keep you going. That would be the first thing that I would say.
All right.
The
That's
second thing
good.
that I would recommend is after getting very crystal clear on your purpose, is to really define your business plan. And having, I didn't have anyone to walk me through understanding entrepreneurship. So when I was in high school, I was a part of an organization that thoroughly prepared me for corporate America. I mean, to this day, I can walk into any corporate job and just do the thing from
Mm.
CEO on down. I was just that
Okay.
prepared for America.
Okay.
But when I identified this entrepreneurial bug that I had, I really didn't have anybody to walk me through at 23 years old what to do in the beginning and how to really set that strong foundation. I just knew how to do the things that I was doing. So I had to go and figure out a lot of those other things along the way. So I really would encourage people now at 50. I had my 50th last year. My birthday is next Saturday. So it'll be
All right.
another.
Well, happy birthday in advance.
But when I look at my 23-year-old self, that's how old I was when I started my business.
Hmm. Hmm.
There were some things that I could have done in terms of laying out the strategy and the plan much better. That
Okay.
in all of the back office stuff that I didn't know then that I had to learn along the way. So I would say really getting someone to help solidify those things so that one can start off in a good place, in terms of the business back office and all those kinds of things. And then the third
Right.
thing is led from what I just said, get a good mentor. I have been
Okay.
blessed in my life to have some excellent mentors. And notice that I said mentors plural, because I believe
Okay.
that different areas of one's life, you need a different mentor to speak into
Okay.
your life, those particular
Okay.
areas. So I have a
Okay.
business mentor. The person who's my business mentor is not the same person who is my personal mentor. It's not the same
Okay.
person who's my spiritual mentor. So
Okay.
that would be the third bit of advice. No matter how much you think you know, no matter how good you think you are, you should always connect with someone who can push you, stretch you, and help you develop in ways that are beyond your natural abilities. So really tapping into getting a really good mentor would be the third thing. And, people talk about mentorship, but what I see as mentorship is a lot differently. I see it a lot differently than a lot of people do when they just talk about mentorship. Because a lot of people say, oh, that's my mentor. And they throw that word around kind of loosely. When I'm talking
Hmm.
about mentorship, I'm talking about like really getting in there and connecting and having a strong relationship with someone who can
Right.
help you to see you, who can help
Hmm.
you, and not just the person that's your cheerleader to say, you're doing well, but that person that
Right.
no matter how good you're doing something, they can still stretch you to that next level and say, I know you can do better, or have you thought about it this, and those types of things, and really valuing that relationship with your mentor where you're coming prepared, where you know what it is that you want to talk to your mentor about, and you're coming back and you're sharing with your mentor how the last things that they told you are helping you out now, and those types of things I found to be really successful, helped me to be really successful. And you mentioned earlier my certification and training as an executive director with John Maxwell. That's one of the places where I got this concept. When I really
Interesting.
was looking, one of the best mentoring relationships that I've ever seen is John Maxwell's relationship with his mentee, in terms of
Okay.
actually seeing what a mentor does. So
Interesting.
that would be my third bit of advice or recommendation, would
Okay.
be to also have a strong mentoring system.
All right, all right. Well, we definitely appreciate you joining us in the Empower Room. I mean, this is so appropriate, I think, with us being in 2021, starting off fresh into a new year, and being Black History Month. I mean, this is some major empowering information that you've shared with us today in the Empower Room, and I want to thank you so much for being with us, Minister Tina Grimes. We thank you so much. God bless you and your
God
family.
bless
Uh,
you. God bless you.
yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and look forward to getting on board. You sign me up. Let me know what I have to do and all that. I'm ready to come on board.
Absolutely. I'm ready to have you.
All right, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
Well, so we do have contact information for you. So we've got your website. Let's see, TinaWillSpeak.com
Mhm.
is your website, and then we have your Twitter handle, Tina Will Speak, and Instagram, Tina Will Speak, at Tina Will Speak. All right,
Mhm.
so we do have
Yeah.
those up. So we encourage anyone who's watching the show, those that may be seeing the show rebroadcasted, please reach out to Miss Tina Grimes if you are. Uh, looking at starting your own business. This even I have found has helped people that work for companies as well to help to enhance their skills. So just like you said, to promote them to get a promotion, to become CEO, become senior management, to be. You provide some excellent skill sets just from the experience that I saw that I took part in that evening, that I think is going to be beneficial to anyone who just wanted to enhance their skills. Their professional skills. I really find that to be true. From what I had taken part in that evening. So I want to
Mhm.
encourage everyone to definitely reach out to Tina Grimes again, Mrs. Tina Grimes, and make sure you check out her website, her Twitter handle, and Instagram, and I'm sure she'll be back in contact with you. And you're also on LinkedIn as well.
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn and Facebook under
Mhm.
my name, Tina Grimes, or Tina E. Grimes. Yeah, I think Tina Grimes under LinkedIn and Facebook. And I wanted to also say, on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, February 9th, I'm holding a complimentary lunch and learn. And
Okay.
if a person goes to either my Facebook page or LinkedIn page, they'll see it there, or you can go to Eventbrite and put in my name and search. But I'm doing a lunch and learn. It's complimentary, and it's on Tuesday at noon Central Standard Time. And you do have to register via Eventbrite, but it's Building Effective Teams is the name of
Mm.
the webinar that I will be doing, the lunch and learn that I'll be doing on Tuesday. So all a person has to do to get registered is go to Eventbrite, put in those keywords, Building Effective Teams, or put in my name, and they should be able to find it. Or go on LinkedIn or Facebook, because I have it all over there. And you can get
Oh,
registered. It's no cost to attend. I'm doing that as a complimentary lunch and learn. And in all transparency, I do those complimentary lunch and learns because I want people to get a feel for what it is that I'm doing, just like you came into that
right.
networking event. And at the
Right.
end, I will share with people at the end how they can join a masterclass, have me come to their company to continue the training, or any of my leadership trainings, or if they want one-on-one coaching. So I'm looking forward to that on Tuesday. I have lots of people registered. I see people from companies, because all of their emails are ending the same with what companies they are. So people are inviting
Okay.
people are inviting their teams, that's great.
Oh,
You're
that's
welcome.
great. That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. All right, all right. Well, Tina Grimes, we thank you so much for coming on with us, and with Tina Enterprises, and from St. Louis, Missouri, and so grateful to have you on with us, and hope to have you back again to share more insight and empower more of our listeners and viewers that are part of the empowering generation to give more information. So please make sure you contact Mrs. Tina Grimes. You see the information there on the screen. Feel free to reach out to her and get connected. All right. All right. So thank you so much, Mrs. Grimes, and you have a blessed rest of the day and blessings to you and your family and your business. All right. And we'll definitely be in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tim. Good spending this time
All
with
right.
you. All
All
right.
right. All right. God bless. All right. Take care now. All right, so I want to thank Mrs. Tina Grimes for being with us with Tina Enterprise. I hope that you've been empowered by the information that she provided to us today. I thought that was very impactful what she had to share in regard to having a successful business. She has definitely shown that. She's got over 25 years, over 25 years of experience. She said she's been at this since she was about 23. So that's an outstanding testimony. And now, I think a little bit over 50 now. So that's outstanding, outstanding. I've had the opportunity to do some collabs and work beside her in some school. Programs that we were doing in St. Louis back in the day when we both got started around the same time. So grateful to have her on, and I want to thank her so much for being on with us. Please make sure you reach out to her if you have any questions about what she has to provide. I guarantee you will not be disappointed in the information that you will receive from her. And I guarantee you, for those of you all who are in business for yourself, looking to advance in the companies that you may be a part of, that you will be blessed by the information that she has to provide, the training that she has to provide. All right. So again, want to thank you all so much for being with us today, and want to also let you know that website for Empower Media LLC is empowermediallc1.com. We do also have a Twitter page that you can see on the screen, and our Instagram page is Empower Media LLC. If you would like to reach us by phone, our phone number is 1-888-970-9557. All right, so feel free to reach out to us, and we'll be glad to tell you more about Empower Media and what we do and what we provide as well. And definitely check out our website, and you'll be able to get a taste of what we do there as well. All right, so we look forward to seeing you all next week. Again, next week we're going to do a special promotion of my book, In the Blink of an Eye. And we're going to celebrate that. We're February 14th, 2021 coming up will be 7 years of the testimony that has been captured in this book. That has really been a blessing to a lot of people. So definitely, I want to encourage you to check it out. If you're interested in purchasing the book, again, it's available at Amazon.com. And again, it's In the Blink of an Eye by Reverend Timothy Hughes. All right. And hope you check it out. All right. So look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you all again for being with us. And I'd say today is Super Bowl Sunday. All right. And I'm going with KC. All right. I don't know about you, but I'm going with KC. I want KC to go ahead and win this one tonight. All right. All right. So God bless you all. Thank you all for joining us. And hope you have a blessed week. And we'll see you on next Sunday. God bless.
Thank you for joining us in the Empower Room. Hope you have received some impactful information. Please like or leave a comment. See you next week in the Empower Room, brought to you by Empower Media LLC and your host, Reverend Timothy Hughes, aka Rev T.